The back set. Ah, fantastic.
Wow. Solid block from Tibayan on that attack.
Back to Adamson. Jimenez with that back set.
The Philippine Coast Guard defense, solid blocking coming from the orange shirts. One more try.
Good net defense by the Generals.
Almodiel scoring through the blockers. Eusebio Pumalo sent up.
Set up job ni Marco. Combination play. And they're up 5-0. Lasal on the attack. Combination again.
UST ready for it. Then the drop.
And that's another successful hit coming from Camposan.
Coverage was good. But look at San Andres.
The objective is to gain twice to beat advantage, and both of these teams are already in the quarterfinals. But which one is going to get that twice to beat advantage? PGJC Navy Sea Lions taking on Santa Elena Ball Hammers. Of course, we're still in the preliminaries. But basically, if we're going to be talking about this game, a slugfest is most probably an understatement. Benji Santiago with Neil Flores covering this one for you. And are we in for a great ride covering this one, Neil?
For sure, we will have a great one. Out of all the games in the elimination round, this is the match that will determine the team who will get the upper hand in our quarterfinals. So expect Santa Elena and PGJC Navy to go all out for that twice-to-beat advantage.
Taking a look at our Pool D standings, how they fared out. And of course, Santa Elena Ballhammers and PGJC Navy Sea Lions, identical with their win-loss card and even the points. And that's why they really have to fight it out on who's going to be number one. As we said, number one will have a twice-to-beat advantage. And of course, PGJC Navy Sea Lions, as we take a look at this bracket right now, there are still blank spaces in there, Neil.
Those blank spaces are for these two teams. The loser of this match will face the Perpetual Altas with a twice-to-beat advantage, and the winner of this game will have their own twice-to-beat advantage against the IEM Phoenix Volley Masters.
Right. Of course, a lot of people are really looking forward already to what's going to happen in the quarterfinals, but patience lang. Let's take a look at Santa Elena in their previous match. Of course, this win over San Beda in 3 sets, very, very convincing, Neil.
With the absence of James Natividad in their lineup, Banjo Mondero was the go-to person, wherein he scored 12 points.
And over at the other side, basically these two teams, well, they were able to defeat San Beda, so identical as with regards to the previous games, and also a 3-set straight victory that PGJC Navy Sea Lions had over San Beda.
This time around, the trio of Bonjomar Castel, Dolor, and De La Vega combined for 35 points in that straight sets victory against the Red Spikers.
All right, so I do believe you are so excited to watch this match. Well, we're just going to be taking a short break, and when we come back, yes, sirree, what you're expecting is just about to happen.
Presenting our officials for this match. First referee, Mr. Romulo Reposado, National Referee. Second referee, Mr. Erlindo Eusebio, National Referee. Let's now meet the starting six from the PGJC Navy Sea Lions. Let's start off with the team captain, jersey number 16, Apprentice Seaman Gregorio Dolor. At number 3, Apprentice Seaman Bonjomar Castel. Jersey number 5, Apprentice Seaman Rilan Daneo. At number 9, Apprentice Seaman John Daniel Diwa. Number 15, Seaman Second Class Curl Rosette. And number 18, Apprentice Seaman Joven de la Vega. With liberos at number 8, Lieutenant Rod Di Marucot. And number 13, Apprentice Seaman Jack Kalingking. With head coach, Commander Bernard Manarpaak. Let's now meet the starting lineup from the Santa Elena Ballhammers. Let's start off with the team captain, jersey number 11, Edward Camposano. At number 5, Chris Van Ponte. Number 6, Banjo Mondero. Jersey number 7, Angelo Nicolas Almendras. Number 13, Ave Joshua Retamar. And number 14, Perhasidin Daimil. With liberos, number 15, Ricky Marcos. And number 19, Marco Eli Maclang. And head coach, Mr. Ariel Dong de la Cruz. This is match number 56, preliminaries from Pool A.
Well, take your pick, folks. We're taking a look right now at the starting lineup for PGJC Navy Sea Lions. Greg Dolor is expected to explode in this one, so is Joven de la Vega. Of course, previous best player, Bonj Castel. Over at the other side for Santa Elena Ballhammers, of course, Edward Camposano, always explosive, and so is Nico Almendras. Right, so there you have a chance to see the starters for this much anticipated match. The right to have that twice to beat advantage. Of course, wearing the blue uniform is Santa Elena Ballhammers, the white ones. Or starting off this match with Velantaneo for PGJC Navy Sea Lions. And the first point will go the way of the Navy.
The Philippine Navy starting out with the same unit kagaya nung pinarada nila nung game against San Beda. On the other hand, the Santa Elena Ballhammers will still miss the services of James Natividad as he is still competing in the beach volleyball tournament of the UAAP.
Taking a look at their setter, Taneo. With a good service here. Here comes the combination play, and finishing that point was Banjo Mondero as he tries to continue with his previous performance and most probably really aiming for that big high that they could come up with if in case they gain that twice to beat advantage. But too early to mention that. This is just the first set. And the first few points are being registered on the scoreboard with Edward Camposano registering an ace for himself.
In that last game against San Beda, we saw a lot of loopholes in the defense of the Philippine Navy in terms of reception. And mukhang inaral yon ng Santa Elena. That's why they are giving out loaded serves as early as now.
How do you like that? Back-to-back aces here for Camposano. Targeting Cole Rosette at that time around. They were given quite a scare in one particular set of that match. We're talking about PGJC Navy Sea Lions in the match against San Beda. As Joven de la Vega hitting that one right into the net. Santa Elena up 4-1.
That's the problem if you don't have a good first ball. Magiging off-timing yung mga sets and yung hits ng attackers. That is one thing they have to figure out early on in this competition. Because as we enter the quarterfinals and the semifinals, it will be hard to set up your attack with faulty first balls.
Mondero with the off-speed.
Banjo Mondero, 2-for-2 already. Sabi ko nga, despite the absence of James Natividad, he is more than ready to take on that opposite position for Coach Dong de la Cruz. And right now, he's proving to everybody na kaya din niya mag-perform.
Picking up from where he left off when he had 12 points against San Beda in their previous Camposano, this one is long. It's a service error. Well, he had those 2 consecutive aces. And that tripped at the service area. 2 serving 5 this time around. We're still in set number 1. And this is John Diwa at the service area. Here comes a nice serve. Chris Van Planti with a nice set from Joshua Retamara.
Santa Elena coming out with guns blazing in this first set. They want that twice to beat advantage.
Parang di makaporma itong Navy. Naunahan kaagad sila. And just when I said that, Bonge Castel making some noise, making some things to happen for them, for PGJC Navy Sea Lions. Time for them to wake up.
Bonge Castel has been the star for the Philippine Navy Sea Lions in the previous 2 games. He bagged back-to-back player of the game honors.
3 serving 6, Greg Dolor. Serves it nicely. Retamal, set up Nico Almendras. And Santa Elena having their way easily here. Not too much difficulty with their attacks. And they have been pretty consistent here.
Santa Elena is 1 out of the 3 teams that will enter the quarterfinals, and all of the others are already club teams.
Joven de la Vega this time making sure about his attack. Going for this kill. This earlier, he's maxed it right into the net. A lot of making up to do. Trailing by 4 right now, PGJC Navy Sea Lions. De la Vega. Almendras, Retamal with a set to Eden Daimil. Navy's turn right now with Greg Dolor. Hitting the line, getting the point.
As explosive as ever, as you mentioned earlier.
Well, what can you expect? Of course, Santa Elena is trying to get ready. Getting kind of those attacks from Greg Dolor. Sometimes you can just wish that you can stop him. Retamal sets this one up for Nico Almendras. Joven de la Vega with a dig. Castel with the tip over. Here comes Nico Almendras once again. Caught the line. And we go into our first technical timeout here. Santa Elena quickly getting us into this with a 3-point lead against PGJC Navy Sea Lions. Once again, it's our right to have that twice to beat advantage up for grabs between these 2 teams. We're taking a break. It's an 8-5 lead for Santa Elena Ball Hammers. Coming out into this match blazing, and of course they have shown what they can do here, the consistency of Banjo Mondero. So take a look at Nico Almendras, who have yet to really make a mark in this match, but of course too early to say because we're still in set number 1. Here he is, just when I said it, still groping for form, and he registers an ace.
And he knows the weakness of the Philippine Navy Sea Lions. I am sure they watched that game against San Beda, wherein San Beda came this close to snatching a set from the Sea Lions.
Could have been less complicated for Santa Elena Ball Hammers if they lost even just a set in that previous match. Well, it's the Navy's turn to serve right now, 6 serving 9. As we take a look at Bonjomar Castel. Here comes Santa Elena with Edward Camposano. They're trying to contest something here. Navy Sea Lions. Let's take a look at this one more time.
They were asking for a crossing violation dahil tumawid itong si Edward Camposano, but the ball was already dead before he did that.
Tumama na rin dito kay Taneo. So it's Taimil at the service area right now. It's his turn to serve, so it's a good one here. Let's see this play here for Navy. How about for Santa Elena? The tip over for Nico Almendras. 3 blockers up in the air. And like Pro Rosette, have nowhere to go.
Even Retamar came from that right wing to block that hit of Rosette.
And then Daimio with that service error. Benji Santiago, Neil Flores covering this one for you. We're just in set number 1 in this very, very important one between these two teams. Ricky Marcos, now Joshua Retamar with a back set going to Banjo Mondero. And it's ruled out, and the point will go the way of PGJC Navy Sea Lions. They're just hanging in there. 3 points down as of the moment. Carl Rosette already with the registry of 1 attack across his name here. Nico Almendras and an ace here for Carl Rosette.
Slowly but surely, the Philippine Navy is starting to get their rhythm in this ball game.
Well, they have to. Nice, powerful serve. Loaded with a lot of power for Rosette. How about this attack by Edward Camposano? You want something loaded? Take a look at this one.
He's probably the most explosive attacker when he goes for that approach on the side of the Santa Elena ball hammers. Really challenging the smaller blocker in Taneo compared to Diwa.
Truly has developed his maturity. Because previously, when we get a chance to see Edward Camposano, we know he has the power, but sometimes he loses control when he goes for an attack. But this time around, he's trying to make sure about everything that will go the way for his team here. But over at the other side, John Diwa also making some good things to happen for PGJC Navy Sea Lions. And they're just down by 2 points here in set number 1. Valentaneo is back in the service area. Nico Almendras really having a tough time with that reception, and it turned out to be an ace for Valentaneo. I do believe number 2 for him here in the first set.
They get a taste of their own medicine. Kanina, pinahirapan niyo kami sa mga serves. So now it's our turn to give you loaded serves.
And that's why a lot of people are really looking forward to watching this match. It's already happening, folks. You don't want to blink. You don't want to miss any single action here. PGJC Navy winning that point. And it's all tied up right now at 12.
If you're lacking with one department, you make up for it with another. Kanina nahirapan ng Philippine Navy to get those serves from Santa Elena, but they made up for it with their stellar blocking. That's really one of the specialties of this team.
Oh, yes. Especially with their size. Taneo targeting Ricky Marcos. Camposano, that one is blocked, and they retrieve it. No, they can't. And all of a sudden, a takeover here. It's PGJC Navy up by 1 as of the moment, 13-12. What a climb for them.
Back-to-back blocks. Diwa was way up in the air.
Now they're beginning to realize there's some sort of an advantage here as with regards to size. With Banjo Mondero getting back that point that they lost earlier to tie it all up once again here at 13. Anjo Mondero, well, he's showing a lot of consistency here in the preliminaries for Santa Elena. Joven de la Vega just tipping it over easily. Nico Almendras. That's going to be a net touch called against PGJC Navy Sea Lions. Some breaks going the way here of Santa Elena.
Santa Elena got lucky. There was no one in the backcourt to man the coverage on that attack of Almendras. Everybody was right in front of that attack line.
Take everything that you can, even sometimes some of those luck going your way. Edward Camposano at the service area. I guess the pressure is already beginning to creep in between these two teams. And we're just here in set number 1. 14 even.
For sure, the pressure is on. Again, a twice-to-beat advantage is up at stake for Santa Elena and the Philippine Navy. And aside from that twice-to-beat advantage, opportunity rin nila makakuha ng magandang position in terms of opponent. If you lose this match, you wouldn't want to go against the perpetual health system Delta with a twice-to-beat advantage.
And truly. And we have finally discovered Perpetual. Their campaign, their participation here for the Open Conference, they're a revelation. $15 even. Greg Dolores' turn to serve for the Sea Lions. An ace for Greg Dolores. And we go into the second technical timeout here in set number 1. It's as close. Santa Elena is down by 1 against the PGJC Navy Sea Lions. We'll be back. Well, whatever it is that you're expecting to happen between these two teams, you can already see how things are shaping up and feeling that pressure. And of course, realizing the importance of this match, the twice-to-beat advantage. 16 serving 15. Greg Dolor. Retamal lifts it up. Mondero went for it. Right now is Joven de la Vega. The cross-court attack. Look at this play one more time, Neil.
As expected, Joven de la Vega will be right on track to score those points with Bonch Castel and Greg Dolor.
Navy right now with a 2-point edge over Santa Elena Ball Hammers. It's a case of anything could happen here. That way, Galo. Wow, nobody was ready for it from the Santa Elena side. They seem to be lost right now. They need to regroup. That's why a timeout has been called here by Santa Elena Ball Hammers. They're down by 3.
Ayong set, ha? Diba hindi na discarding basta maganda yung set. Minsan kasi lalayo eh. Hirap-hirap yung spiker, ha? Tatlo lang yan, kaya pa natin yan, kaya pang habulin yan. Let's go, let's go. Pero trabaho sa harap, trabaho sa likod, okay? Oh. Kasi po na, umpisa mo na.
Santa Elena, Hammers, sige po.
Well, 3 points down, but they believe they could really catch up here. Actually, they were the ones who were dictating the flow of this match at the onset. And what a recovery of nerves here on the part of PGJC Navy Sea Lions. Greg Dolor has been spending a lot of time in that service area already because they have been piling up the points to get a more comfortable lead here as Banjo Modelo went for it.
Great effort from Taneo. But the point will go to Santa Elena. Coach Dong de la Cruz asking for more accuracy in the sets of Retamar. Hindi na daw bahala yung diskarte. Basta gandahan mo lang yung set, bahala na yung attackers mo to make a way and score a point.
Of course, Santa Elena ball hammer is also loaded with a lot of talent here. Nico Almendras, most especially, and Edward Camposano. Wait a little minute here. All right. So play continues here. It's 19-16, the lead for the Sea Lions. Nico Almendras. Here's the set for the Navy. Greg Dolor. They get the point from the back row. No need for a lot of power in that attack for Greg Dolor. Look at him. Off speed. And then a lot of this confusion happening in the part of Santa Elena ball hammers. A 4-point edge here for the Navy Sea Lions. Joven de la Vega serves a good one. There's Joshua Retamar going to Nico Almendras. What? Yep. For a little while there. Smashing into one of those ads that we have right here inside the Paco Arena. Won't actually create some wonders here for PGJC Navy Sea Lions. Just one of those things that could happen.
You will see the effort of these players really sacrificing their bodies just to save every ball that they can.
Launch Castel right there.
Presence of mind and aggressiveness all in one in that last sequence for Bonch Castel.
Well, truly the tallest player in the court right now, and Bonch Castel realizing he's got that advantage, making good use of it. He's now at the service area. Eden Daimil, perfect timing for that hit.
Aside from the matchup in the wings, I'm really excited to see Daimil going up against Bonch Castel in Diwa.
Pwede, ah. We'll get that opportunity. This is just the first set. And we've seen already a lot of wonderful things happening coming from both teams. The way Navy was able to make a comeback, not lag behind, and actually taking the lead here. But of course, Santa Elena making their own comeback here. Eden Daimil serves again. Another good one. Tough to receive. Ball up in the air. Edward Camposano. Now they're getting a good run here. Santa Elena ball hammers. Dikit na naman. Navy just hanging on to that 1-point lead as they call this timeout.
Mag-focus muna kayo sa first ball. Para maganda bigay ni Raylan, ha? Raylan. Dumiskarte muna tayo kahit isang score lang. Lamang pa naman tayo, eh. Okay? So, igapang nyo na lang ta. Parehas na lang yan. Diskarte nyo na lang. Less error, tapos diskarte pa rin. Receive muna. Mag-focus sa receive. Bola nila. Therefore, sa receive tayo mag-focus. Pagka napunta sa atin ng bola, yung depensa ninyo naman, ha? Sabay. Sabay lang yung diwa.
Mag-receive ka. Pesto nyo muna yung katawan. Yung nagmamadali kayo.
Okay.
Salamat tayo.
Well, what can you expect from that huddle, and what have we heard there? Actually, there's some saying that all you have to do is just go back to the basics here. But of course, lessen the errors. Santa Elena with an opportunity to tie it all up once again.
The coaching staff is asking for one good receive. Unfortunately, they don't get that. And Rosete will commit that attack error.
Even at 21. And again, would like to tell you this is just set number 1.
Another faulty first ball for the Philippine Navy.
Jacqueline King, easy over with that one. Here comes Edward Camposano. Both teams actually reacting to that call here. The two referees are going to be talking to each other. Very important point.
Santa Elena is clearly not happy with that call.
So Santa Elena will get the call.
That's the right call. It hit the hands of Taneo first before it hit the antenna.
Yes.
Everybody was surprised that the point was awarded to the Philippine Navy, but the referees correct their mistake.
Well, of course, the referees are seeing it on real time. You lose a point, you gain it right back immediately.
Jairami will replace Curl Rosete.
Marvin Jairami trying to break this 22-all. They're trying to get closer to closing out the first set. Anybody set as of now? Banjo Mondero gives the lead back to Santa Elena Ball Hammers.
Right on time. Banjo Mondero going to that pipe attack.
Retamar's turn to serve for Santa Elena. 1 point lead for now. It's Greg Delore. Ball is kept alive here. Jacqueline King. Delore once again with that hit. Ball going over. It lands out. And it's going to be Santa Elena's point. Taking them into set point right now. ABC Lions, maybe they can still survive this one. They need to talk things out. Let's listen in.
Tatabla pa natin yan.
Isang set pa lang yun, no? Patapos?
Isa lang, isang maganda lang. Isang magandang receive. Focus kayo sa isang magandang receive, isang magandang palo. Atin na yan, sige. Kasi.
Pumusok lang. Sige, isang patay lang para magsabay-sabay.
Isang palo lang yan. Try natin.
All right, so how do you figure that out? Basically, isang magandang receive. Atin na yan.
It's the same timeout sa ginawa nila kanina. They were asking for a good first ball pero hindi na ibigay. So, kumbaga, baka the coaching staff of the Philippine Navy is just icing the server of Santa Elena.
This is just the first set, but every point seems like it deserves a celebration right away. Because knowing the importance of this one, twice to beat advantage, up for grabs. Set point for Santa Elena. Taneo setting this one up. So set point saved by PGJC Navy Sea Lions, courtesy of Greg Delore. Now it's the turn of Santa Elena Ball Hammers to call their own timeout here. Delore really went up and gets the point. Deserves another look. However you would see it. Santa Elena, let's listen to them right now.
Sa maganda receive. Santa Elena. Hammers. Sa maganda receive lang.
Pareho rin sila sinasabi niyo.
Well, you know, one good receive, especially at this junction, at ganito ka-crucial na point, will really translate to one instant point. Right now, Retamar has 3 attackers in the front line. He has Camposano, Banjo Mondero, and Ponti. He has a lot of options. It's up to Ricky Marcos to get a bigger area para mas kontrolado niya yung service.
What is going to be the next thing to happen here? Taneo, every time he's at that area, the service area, a lot of good things are happening for them. Will it include this one? He serves a nice one here. Retamar with that set point off the block. And Santa Elena closing out the first set. And what action have we seen so far? The importance of a twice-to-beat advantage. That's what they're fighting for in here. Santa Elena off to a great start. Navy coming back and then surviving the first set and winning it in 28 minutes. Santa Elena ball hammers 25-23. Won the first set, Neil.
Santa Elena clearly had the edge in the attack department just because they had a steadier first ball compared to the Philippine Navy Sea Lions.
So how about that? We're just about ready to take you to the second set here. Santa Elena, 1-0 lead here. Can they be consistent? Joshua Letama to start things off here in the second set. Joven de la Vega, Jacqueline King. And right there and then, Carl Rosette getting the first point here in set number 2. Relan Taneo at the service area. Talk to me, how would you describe the performance of Relan Taneo? Parang nagpapakamatay na set number 1 pa lang tayo kanina, no?
Regardless of the first ball na nakukuha niya, he makes everything na gawa ng paraan para maset niya ng maayos sa mga kakampi niya.
Of course, this sequence with that block of Joven de la Vega. Taneo had an ace. Edward Camposano wanting to go off speed with that one. Ball didn't climb over. And now Navy is off to a hot start. Taking this one 3-0. The Santa Elena ball hammers. The question is, have they exhausted a lot of energy to take set number 1 as they're trying to regroup this time around here in the second set. Pancho Mondero. Kaling King tosses it up. Joven de la Vega just tipping it over. And now Edward Camposano doing basically the same thing. He tried it earlier, failed, but this time they'll get their first point courtesy of that one from Edward Camposano.
Taneo lost his footwork. He saw the ball was coming, pero di ko alam kung nadulas siya or na-mistime niya yung dive niya. That will get Santa Elena back on the board with their first point of the second set.
Kaling King. Dolor tipping it over. Ricky Marcos. Nico Almendras getting the point, getting the line.
We're used to seeing Nico Almendras always being the top scorer for the squad of the Santa Elena Ball Hammers. But in their last performance, he only scored 7 points, a quiet one. But for sure ngayon, babawi siya to get more.
And of course, we're also expecting a whole lot more here from Edward Camposano. But I think that's already his third service error in this match. As the Navy takes a 2-point lead with Bonge Castel right now serving. And trying to improve on this lead that they have because they're down in this match. Navy will get that point. Taking them up again with this 3-point lead.
It's more on a question of maintaining that lead for the Philippine Navy Sea Lions. Kanina, they were able to grab a 2-point lead, but they gave it up with a lot of reception errors.
It's like when you're playing catch-up, you exhaust a lot of energy. Most probably they ran out of fuel, ending that first set, giving it away to Santa Elena Ball Hammers. But to consider, this is what's turning out to be happening here also for Santa Elena Ball Hammers. Because they got the point, they were still down here in the second set. De La Vega, Nico Almendras, Pancho Mondero, ball returning to third part of the court. And now ball goes out. PGJC Navy Sea Lions with the lead and taking this one up to 3 points. Cole Rosete. The lead is 3 points for PGJC Navy Sea Lions. Loaded that service. Joven de la Vega complements it with another point that will take them up by 4 against Santa Elena Ball Hammers.
Hard serves and steady blocking for the Philippine Navy. Natatapalan yung problems nila in that reception area because they get a lot of free balls. 5 points already for this guy, Krill Rosete. Let's make that 6, courtesy of that service ace.
Well, it's the Navy's turn to somehow gaining control of the second set. An 8-3 lead for them against Santa Elena. Once again, taking a look at the Pool D team rankings here. These two teams with identical 4-0 win-loss scores. The right to have that twice-to-beat advantage is what they're playing for in this particular match. Could turn out to be the most anticipated match for today, Neil.
For the new viewers, we already have our top 8 in the quarterfinals. Kompleto na po yung ating cast. We're just going to determine dito sa match na to kung sino makakuha ng twice to beat advantage. Signal will be going up against Ateneo. The Philippine Air Force will be going up against PLDT. Whoever wins this game will be going up against IEM with a twice-to-beat advantage. And whoever loses this game will face the Perpetual Altas in their next outing in the quarterfinals.
And Perpetual obviously also with a twice-to-beat advantage already. That right to be there. Rosete overcooks that one. Went long. Taking the first set, Santa Elena Ball Hammers. A lot has been lost from them as they try to recover some more energy and confidence here. But of course, like their backs against the wall, I guess that's how they feel about the situation right now. And Greg Dolor, very, very active.
Look at this play. It looks like he was going for the usual open hit. Then suddenly, tumakbo siya sa gitna to hit that differential set from Taneo.
And his form up in mid-air. Pamposter, eh, no?
Pwede pa magkape, pwede pa.
Eden Daimil, of course, coming into the picture here, right there in the middle. And doing the right thing.
So far, Retamar has been utilizing the wings, but now it's time to activate your middle blockers to get more attention to them. Because you don't want to be predictable to a strong blocking team in the Philippine Navy.
Joven de la Vega. Nice take by Ricky Marcos. Easy over for that one for Santa Elena. This one. Taneo trying to tip it over. Paluin ko na. That opportunity for Greg Dolor.
Great distribution also for Taneo so far in the second set. He's been going to a lot of combination plays kaya hirap na hirap mabasa ng blockers ng Santa Elena yung gagawin ng attackers ng Philippine Navy.
Of course, PGJC Navy Sea Lions trying to redeem themselves after they lost the first set. A close first set. And now they're piling up the points. And it's about time for Santa Elena to try to make some recovery here. They have lost a lot of steam. How are they supposed to come back here? Navy standing the ground, standing firm. They want to even it all up. Too early to say, but they have this big lead, about 5. 11-6.
Nagugulat tayo, bigla na lang nag-godos nag-etres si ano eh. Samantala nandun yung block natin. Bakit gano'n? Kasi hindi kayo nag-uusap. Hindi yung sinasabi, hindi yung tinuturo kung sinong bablock eh. Samantala lang ang gagawin, nandiyan nasa gitna sila naglalaro. Go, 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 go.
Tara, salita.
Well, of course, the side of Santa Elena Ball Hammers, a lot of questions were being asked. And why the uncertainty? Far from over, though. Plenty of time to recover. Retamar. Camposano tosses it over. Here comes Greg Dolor again. That hole in the middle.
Picture perfect. Every time he goes up for a hit, parang nakadungaw pa sa ibabaw ng blockers bago paluin.
He winds it up perfectly, and then with just the right amount of energy. Ito naman kinapos sa energy. Service error for Chandiwa. Nevertheless, a 7-point lead seems to be the largest in this match. We're here in set number 2. Between these two talent-laden teams. Again, Bonch Castel with a nice set from Relan Taneo.
Out of the 10 attack attempts that Bonjomar Castel had in their previous performance, 9 yung na-convert niya. Just imagine, 9 out of 10 efficiency for Bonch Castel in the middle.
Well, pero no first set, hinahanap siya rito. Here comes Santa Elena with this attack, and Nico Almendras. Wonder what happened. It's already turning out to be the second match for Almendras that he's kind of off. And what a time to come, what a time to happen for him.
Like you said, it looks like they ran out of steam after getting that first set. Ngayon, 9 points na ang kalamangan ng PGJC Navy. That's a huge lead.
Retamar, cross-court set for Edward Camposano. That ball goes out and nothing really falling into place here for Santa Elena Ball Hammers. This is already a big 10-point lead for the Navy, trying to even it all up in this very important match. Welcome back. This is Spikers Turf 2019 Open Conference. We're still in the preliminaries, but of course we're trying to complete. Actually, the cast is already complete for the quarterfinals. What's happening between these two teams is who's going to end up at number 1 with a twice-to-beat advantage. A 10-point lead for the Navy. Santa Elena Ball Hammers. When is it going to happen for them to recover? It's like most probably, it's a good thing meron silang investment of that first set win. Or what if?
But Edward Camposano will still try to cut the deficit. Malay mo, pwede pa naman nila mahabol. But they have to do it now.
Quick awareness to the part of Retamar. Anjo Mondero now see this one. Relantane.
From setting to attacking, he can do it all.
And this guy, Ricky Marcos, is the one that's really having a tough time here for Santa Elena Ball Hammers. Tane with a running serve. Retamar, one-hand set. Edward Camposano getting the point for the Ball Hammers. But they need a good run and a big run here. The lead is 9 for the Sea Lions. Camposano, this time he made sure about that service. Not exactly very good reception here for the Navy. They try to go back row. They get the point. Let's go Rosette for you guys.
If you can jump that high, even with a misset, you can still get a point. A commanding 10-point lead for the PGJC Navy Sea Lions in the second set.
Anjo Mondero could not get it over the blockers there. Chandiwa stopping Mondero. Now it's an 11-point lead here for the Navy. Timeout, Santa Elena.
Lapit-lapit, hindi tayo makaporma, hindi tayo makadiskarte. Okay? Kasi wala tayo receive. Hindi tayo makapasa ng maayos. Ngayon, pag sila nag-serve, pag tayo nag-serve, malambot. Kaya sila, alam nila, nagagawa nila kung anong gusto nilang gawin. Okay? Oh, 1918 niya, 1908, pwede natin ilapit yan.
Well, saying the positives, I guess, would boost whatever it is that they need here from Santa Elena Ball Hammers.
But it's still the same time out of Coach Dong de la Cruz, still instructing his players to get a good pass. Tapos gumaan din yung service nila, kaya it's easier for the Philippine Navy to get strong attacks in the court of Santa Elena.
This Navy really having made the necessary adjustment as they're down a set in this match. Nico Almendras, well, some things he's got to give, and he's got to give more. It's Chris Van Ponte at the service area right now. It's going to be a long climb here for Santa Elena Ballhammers, but Joven de la Vega, this is more in convincing fashion the way they want to close out the second set and to tie it all up.
I would credit this lead to Relan Teneo. Spectacular setting distribution from him. He's been going to a lot of combination plays. On the other hand, Santa Elena has been going to basic plays, more on the wings compared to activating their middle blockers. But as I was saying that, suddenly Retamar goes to Daimil.
And I was just about to say, he's outplaying Retamar, and then Retamar setting that up beautifully for Aiden Daimil. But still, they're down by 10. And Della with a good serve. Pick up some nice set. And quickly how Navy is really so dominant here in the second set against the Ballhammers. They want it more, and it's showing. Yung ganitong two quality teams, mahirap maiwanan dito eh.
And you'll never know kung sino ang mananalo.
I'm programmed for a long match.
I'm also ready. I'm expecting these teams to go all out.
Yes. We ate a lot before the coverage. Neil and I, so.
And getting that twice to beat advantage, it's practically having one step in the door towards the semifinals.
Like you can already smell the semis. Nico Almendras, they're still alive here. They just have to take 1 point at a time. From the back row, so familiar with that one. It has been kind of missing from Nico Almendras for quite a while.
Double substitution will be called on the side of the Philippine Navy. Liok and Macalma will check in.
12 serving 21. Greg Dolor with a push. Retamar back setting it. He's tip over for Almendras. Jack Kalingking. And who's going to stop Greg Dolor?
The triple block was there, but the power of Greg Dolor was just there. Too much for them to handle.
3 points away from evening things up here in this match. The push from Nico Almendras. Rosete with a toss up. And then the point from Liok.
What a play from Relan Taneo. Running pero sa left side of the court dahil kaliwete itong si Liok. Looks like they've prepared a lot of these magic bunots.
The thing about Relan Taneo, kilala niya yung mga teammates niya. Amazing. Camposano. Nope, it's not gonna happen here. Set point this time for the Navy. Serving for the set is John Diwa.
Serving for the set, John Diwa.
Basically turning it around here. What the Navy has been doing. Ball is still up. Are we out for a rally here? A set point save by Santa Elena Ballhammers. This guy made it possible. Edward Camposano.
As you mentioned earlier, if you were to describe this set for the Philippine Navy, it's really a commanding one.
Yep.
Establishing a huge deficit early on.
Second points, or second set point saved here by Santa Elena. And that one will do it. A service error like that. And PGJC Navy Sea Lions. Right now, they have gained a lot more confidence. They needed to come back, and they have done it wonderfully, winning set number 2 in 21 minutes, 25-14. One set all between these two teams. Basically in an easier manner. We're all tied up here, and what have the Philippine Navy has done actually back in the second set, ending at 21 minutes.
They were able to turn it around with 13 attacks and more blocks. Tapos na-minimize pa nila yung errors nila. Tapos nailipat sa Santa Elena 8-3.
One set apiece. And once again, welcome to our coverage of this very important match. The right to gain a twice-speed advantage going into the quarterfinals. They already belong there. It's just a matter of positioning. So here we go with set number 3. Taneo has done remarkable things here. The part of PGJC Navy Sea Lions. At the rate things are going after 2 sets, we're already in set number 3. Whoever starts fast actually takes the set.
That's correct. And whoever receives better gets more attacks. Edward Camposano will commit another service error.
1-all. Greg Dolor, spectacular in the second set. Nico Almendras, did he get the line? No, it was ruled out.
The Philippine Navy really played as one unit in that second set. And even with a double substitution of Macalma and Leoc, they were able to run a new combination play. A slide from the left side of the court.
Wow, for a little while. Oh, Banjo Mondero. All started with that Edward Camposano's reception. He wasn't so sure about it. Almost hit his face. Now Bonge Castel and Navy off to a great start here with a 3-1 lead over the Ball Hammers.
Santa Elena doesn't want to give Navy a huge deficit early on because Navy is a team na pag lumamang, dadagdag ng dadagdag because they get all of the momentum.
Nang iiwan. They don't want a close match to happen here. And for Santa Elena Ballhammers, it's actually their turn to adjust. It turned out to be an ace for Chris Van Ponte.
It grazed the body of Joven de la Vega before it went out of bounds. Lucky point for Ponte.
Oh, this one is turning out to be a good rally here. Almendras, nice dig with Jacqueline King, and then the joust. And the point won by Santa Elena. It's all in the back of their minds, whatever it is that happened to them back in set number 2. And they're just moving on. They have made the necessary adjustment, and here they lead just by 1, though. 4-3. One-hand save here by Camposano. Almendras going cross-court, doesn't find the target. It goes wide.
Sometimes when the set is far from the net, usually spikers would just give it over, tapos idadaan nila sa blocking. But you would commend the aggressiveness of Almendras. He doesn't want to give any free ball dun sa depensa ng Philippine Navy.
And he has been not quite himself lately. An ace here for Rosete. 5-4 lead for the Sea Lions. Right into the net for that service error. Tied at 5. Set number 3 very much on. Benji Santiago, Neil Flores. We are One Sports. Tane with that set. Greg Dolor. How do you describe that hit?
A no-look hit. Papunta sa zone 1.
Amazing. Awesome here. Greg Dolor.
Almost looked like a hook shot.
Ibang klase, no? That's his leaping ability. The ability of Greg Dolor to stay up in the air longer than the rest. And he can do a lot of things. An ace again here. Joven de la Vega this time with the registry of that one. 7-5 lead.
Santa Elena is having a hard time getting the strong jump serves of de la Vega and Rosete. And it looks like iniiwas talaga nila kay Ricky Marcos. They're going for sharper angles.
Here he comes. Emil Almendras. He just have to keep on trying. He's a very talented player. He's a powerful player. He just have to go for it.
It was over Greg Dolor.
Climbed up the net. Ball in play. Greg Dolor. A dig for Almendras. Somebody's already touching the net. And it was discovered here that it's going to go against the Navy. To break the 7-all deadlock, Almendras serving for Santa Elena. Teneo tosses it over, wanting to go back row. And it's out, it's long. Santa Elena just by a point ahead of PGJC Navy Sea Lions here in set number 3. of basically trying to search on who really has the momentum here in set number 3. Nico Almendras, well, he took Santa Elena to that technical timeout with a 1-point lead. Taneo with a set for Joven de la Vega. Ball returns to their side of the court for Navy. Here comes Greg Dolor. Joven de la Vega. What the dig by Banjo Mondero for Santa Elena. Now Camposano going off speed. Joven de la Vega was ready for it. Dolor wanting to go back row. Almendras was right there covering that spot. Camposano going cross court. Kalingking with that dig. Here comes Dolor. 2 blockers in front of him. That ball is still alive. What a rally! And halted by that great defense by Santa Elena ball hammers.
Santa Elena not giving a double block, but they're giving triple blocks every time Greg Dolor goes up for an attack. They get rewarded with a point. Now it's a 2-point lead for the ball hammers.
For somebody as strong as Greg Dolor, you just have to defend equally as strong. Santa Elena by 2. That touch violation is going to be called against Eden Daimil. Navy just hanging in there, keeping it close. But just within a point. John Diwa with the opportunity to equalize here. But basically, it's all tied up in this match, 1 set apiece.
John Diwa serving for PGJC.
Ricky Marcos. Joshua Retamar going to Daimil. Taneo's turn to set. Dolor, ball kept alive here. Ricky Marcos somehow could not get that ball over.
Almost, but not quite. They're tied at 9-all.
Serving John Diwa.
An error, the part of John Diwa, giving back the lead to Santa Elena. Nico Almendras, we know he could actually deliver a whole lot more than what he's showing in this match. The joust. Santa Elena will get the point.
11-9 in favor of Santa Elena.
As soon as Greg Dolor went up with 2 blockers in front of him, and it's like no man's land for Greg Dolor.
Service Daimil.
Ball hammers up by 2. Taneo. Dolor with that attack.
Another net infraction will be called on the Santa Elena ball hammers.
Retamano was saying it was actually the ball that touched the net. I know they saw it otherwise, so the point will go the way of PGJC Navy Sea Lions.
As a player pa minsan, hindi mo na rin kasi mararamdaman yung slightest of touches dyan sa net. Evil eyes for our second referee.
From the back row, Banjo Mondero. A 12-10 lead for Santa Elena ball hammers, set number 3. What they have obviously lost, whatever it is, fuel, steam, back in the second set, they have regained it. But of course, Ponch Castel, PGJC Navy Sea Lions, maybe you have it already, your energy back, but of course we're not going to be lagging behind that far.
I was about to say most of the balls are going now to De La Vega and Dolor. Then suddenly Taneo sets it up for Castel.
It's like sending out a message. Are you forgetting about me?
When I looked at the stat sheet a while ago, grabe, sobrang nagulat ako at 90% efficiency on the attacks, coupled with 4 blocks for Ponch Castel.
I was just about to say, so it's turning out to be just a quiet performance, but effective for Ponch Castel. And all of a sudden, right there in the middle, we went for it. Ito na sabi niya, okay, mag-iingay na ako.
Well, 3 na yung points na binibigay ng Santa Elena, courtesy of their net infractions.
Nico Almendras going cross-court.
He made sure that he got that point. Single block against Joven de la Vega. No match for that attack of Nico Almendras.
Sabi nga natin eh.
Take a look at that angle.
When you have it, you have it. You might have some off nights. But it won't stay there forever if you're really that talented. Something spectacular has just happened here for PGJC Navy Sea Lions naman. And hapless Chris Van Ponticone could not do anything about it. Keep it close, keep it tight. Carl Rosete. Ricky Marcos over at the other side. Here comes Nico Almendras once again. Good save here by Rosete. They go to Greg Tulo, trying to go back row. Camposano was right there, but everybody was just looking at him and nobody was ready at the front row.
That dig was also too low. Retamar tried to save it, pero masyado nang mababa.
Even at 14, a chance to lead again for the Sea Lions. Powerful serve by Rosete. Retamar tosses it up for Almendras. It returns back to him after that block. Dolor was right there to help out too. Joven de la Vega.
Another triple block for the Philippine Navy. It was really obvious that Retamar was going to Almendras. It would have been better kung tinapon niya sa opposite side of the court because Banjo Mondero was all alone.
Okay lang doon, ibalik naman yung point because of that service error by Rosete. Crucial part of the match. We're already here in set number 3. And just like that, service error also from Santa Elena. Now it's the Navy up by 1, 16-15 going to this technical timeout here in set 3. And it seems like your guess is as good as ours. Who's going to take the lead here? As of the moment, Navy just up by 1. But of course, who's going to lead the match? We are in set number 3. Different kinds of facial expressions and reactions from some of the important players in this particular match. The right for that twice to beat advantage. So take a look at Joven de la Vega. Just about ready to serve. Here we go. Marcos right there for the dig. Here comes Almendras. It really went wild for him.
Retamar needs to design a play that can potentially fool the blockers of the Philippine Navy. Mapaisa or dalawang block lang. Mas madali yon compared to a triple block.
An ace for Joven de la Vega. And they have a 3-point advantage right now. A cause of worry here for Santa Elena Ball Hammers. So they call this timeout. Let's listen in.
Jump serve ng service. Malakas. Expect ninyo sa inyo darating ang bola. Ha? Expect ninyo kayong re-receive yan. Dahil kung hindi kayo nag-expect, hindi nyo inaasahan na sa inyo darating, hindi kayo makaka-receive yan. Maniwala kayo sa akin. Expect ninyo kayo re-receive, makaka-receive yan na maayos yan. Okay? O yan, wag na natin palayin yan.
Ito lang yan. Kaya natin.
Santa Elena Ball Hammers, they really fought hard to take the first set. It was as close, 25-23. And then Navy coming back strong in the second set. Right now, Navy having the momentum with an 18-15 lead against the Ballhammers.
That 3-point lead, nanggaling yan sa 3 errors consecutive for the Santa Elena Ballhammers. 2 attack errors and 1 reception error.
Here comes Joven de la Vega. Retomar sets this one up for Nico Almendras. He goes cross court and it went wide. Short of just scratching his head and still wondering what's happening to him. The reaction of Nico Almendras with that attack, the right idea. It's just not working out for him.
He's currently struggling to break that momentum of the Philippine Navy dahil siya na rin yung tina-target. And another one for Joven de la Vega.
That was like a bullet from Joven de la Vega. 20-15 lead for the Navy.
They're really targeting Nico Almendras to scramble the timing of the attacks.
Ricky Marcos really had to dive for that. Nico Almendras, oh! John Diwa will touch the ball last. And Santa Elena breaking some momentum here that's going the way of Navy. 16 serving 20. Third set, third frame. 10 attacks, a block and an ace for Nico Almendras. But that time around, nothing really could stop Greg Dolor.
He has a lot of options that other players don't have. That time around, he went for an off-the-block hit. We're used to seeing him going over the blockers, pero yon, he didn't force the issue.
Daimil, ball goes over here. The joust.
That's a clear overreaching violation called on Daimil. Taneo was still trying to set the ball, pero inagaw.
Oo nga. Good spot here, but the referee, the first referee, happened closer to him. An ace again. And they're also getting the breaks. How about that?
Coach Dong de la Cruz will use his last timeout to talk things over.
Dahil hindi tayo nakareceive, eh naman talagang ano natin, dapat nag-uumpisa yung opensa natin sa receive. Okay? Now, ganoon talaga, pag yung job serve, binigyan nyo ng chance yan na magdire-diretso, lalakas at lalakas yan. Ngayon, kung una pa lang, dapat may stop na natin. Ha? Oh, hindi pa tapos yung laban na to, eh. Hindi pa tapos yan, no? 23-16 lang, pwede pa nating ihabol yan. At saka meron pang 4th set. Okay? 5 set ng laban na to.
Good afternoon. From what we've heard from Coach Don de la Cruz, a lot of viewers would truly agree with him. They're so talent-laden. A 7-point disadvantage as of the moment. And how easily they could overcome that one. That possibility. And Banjo Mondero egging his teammates here and believing that they could still do it. 2 points away from making it a 2-1 lead here for Navy. Edward Camposano, 1 point at a time.
Finally, the Ballhammers respond to the timeout of Coach Dong de la Cruz. He knows that he has a lot of strong attackers in his team, but if you don't have a good first ball, baliwala yun. Personally, I think reception is more difficult to get compared to attacking because attacking comes naturally to most of the players. But yung steadiness sa pagkuha ng serve, yun yung kailangan nilang trabahuhin.
And Greg Delor, it just went wide for him. As he apologizes to his coach. But very, very rare you would see Greg Delor missing a hit like that. Combination play, so now Santa Elena, I already said it, 1 point at a time, 3 consecutive points. They are on a run here, Santa Elena. Daimil serves another good one here. Rosete tosses it up. Kaling King going to Greg Dolor. Daimil. Now Camposano going cross court. Kaling King was right there to cover that area. Dolor going back row. Almendras. Retamar with a back set. Easy step over here. Ball is still alive. Easy over for Navy. Here comes Banjo Mondero. Getting a little impatient. That hit going long.
Great save from the libero, Kaling King. Now the Philippine Navy is at set point.
Opportunity to take the lead in this match. Greg Dolor serving for the set. Here he is. Running serve. Retamar tosses it up for Camposano. Kaling King with another great dig. Retamar to Camposano. Somebody touching that net. Snag it over until it's over. Or at least just for this set. Camposano making the necessary effort. Retamar and the rest of Santa Elena trying to get another point. Save here. Oh, and it just went like that.
That service error will end this third set in favor of the Philippine Navy Sea Lions. They will be up 2-1.
Of course, we still have the fourth set coming up. 25-20 Navy, 2-1 lead. That third set happened in 24 minutes. Set three ended just like that, and of course the consistency, and of course the strong hold for the lead right now for PGJC Navy Sea Lions, 25-20, Neil.
Santa Elena got more attacks that time around, but it was the aces of the Philippine Navy when they targeted Nico Almendras. Dun sila talagang kumalas na.
Duration was 24 minutes as we are just about getting things ready for all of you here in set four.
13 errors registered to the side of the Santa Elena Ball Hammers. That's almost half the set given easily to the Philippine Navy. Kumbaga kalahati na lang yung tinrabaho nila because of the errors given by the Ball Hammers.
Some things that I just observed here from the Santa Elena Ball Hammers. There are just some things that I think they're trying too hard. So here we go, set number 4, Benji Santiago, Neil Flores, and PGJC Navy Sea Lions. Well, enjoy to celebrate a point for one thing. Of course, medyo boosted ang kanilang moral dito because they have a 2-1 lead already here. An opportunity for the twice-to-beat advantage. That's what's actually they want to settle here in this match.
The best of their ability, they will try to end this in 4 sets because a 5-setter will put them in a tight spot. So far, so good. An early surge for the PGJC Navy courtesy of that double block.
Valentaneo. He has played steady here with the excellent sets they have provided. PGJC Navy Sea Lions. Here comes Edward Camposano as he gets the first point of Santa Elena here in set 4. Camposano, Rosete, Paneo tosses it up, easy over here for Greg Dolor, and Jacqueline King having some problems. I guess he was bothered there, but because Greg Dolor didn't know where to go. It was lost right there on their side of the court.
It's now or never for the Santa Elena Ball Hammers if they still want to get a chance for that twice-to-beat advantage.
That's what we're talking about. He might be off balance already. Relantaneo is actually apologizing after coming up with that set for Joven de la Vega.
We've seen the growth of the Philippine Navy throughout the other conferences of the Spikers Turf with the proper training and the right player acquisition. Look at them now. They are potentially a finals contender, if you're going to ask me.
They're getting the attention. They're easily getting noticed. Tremendous performance from any one of these guys. They could deliver. Ponch Castel serving a good one. Retamar going to Banjo Montero, gets the point. And here's the thing about Santa Elena Ball Hammers. They won't give it up easily. Well, Banjo Montero is showing that kind of an attitude for the Ball Hammers as we take a look at Chris Van Ponte serving to tie the score here in set 4. Rosete went long. Nope. Maybe, but actually, somebody from Santa Elena was able to touch that ball.
Daimel knew it. They didn't even contest that call because they knew that somebody touched that ball.
Rosete again with a lot of power there. How?
Again, they're really going to Nico Almendras of the services. They want to take him out of the equation in the attacking department. That will leave Daimil and Banjo Montero to guard.
6-3 lead, Navy. Rosete, loaded serve once again. Dolor tosses it up, Taneo. A block that worked out pretty well here for Santa Elena.
Taneo tried to be fancy with that quick set, but Daimil will not be fooled.
Banjo Montero, most probably the most consistent here for Santa Elena in this match.
4 touches will be called. When Greg Dolor was blocked, bumalik muna sa kanya yung bola. That was the official first touch.
Santa Elena coming back. Now it's all tied up. That's what I'm saying. Most probably this is the most consistent guy here for Santa Elena, Banjo Mondero.
From coming off the bench to starting out in most of the games here in the elimination round, Banjo Mondero is responding to the call of Coach Dong de la Cruz. Especially if one of your star players is off, kailangan may nakasuporta.
He has done that perfectly here for Santa Elena. Look at them. They lead by 1 right now against the Navy. Jack Kalingking. Jonathan De La Vega stopping the momentum of Santa Elena. Tied at 7. Yes,
definitely one of the blue chip recruits from PLDT home to the Philippine Navy. He's one of the players that has brought in the firepower to the squad.
Ricky Marcos. Retamar sets it up for Banjo Mondero, going off speed. Santa Elena by 1. Banjo Mondero trying to keep alive the chances here of Santa Elena to get a twice to beat advantage. All right, welcome back. 8-7 lead here for Santa Elena. This is set number 4. Anything could happen. Yes, in general. 1 minute, Navy will have their way. The next, it's going to be Santa Elena. You can never know.
With the looks of it, Banjo Mondero is determined to extend this match to a 5-setter and secure that quarterfinals berth with a twice-to-beat advantage. Again, both of these teams have guaranteed slots in the quarterfinals already. Para sa mga kakatutok lang po sa atin dito sa One Sports, whoever wins this game will go up against IEM, and the loser of this match will go up against the undefeated Perpetual Help Altas.
Pick your poison. Nico Almendras, he may be struggling here, but he still has to exert the effort necessary here. They have a 2-point lead. Easy over for Ricky Marcos. Taneo sets that one up for Greg Delor. They were ready for him over at the other side of the court. Now they're reading him well. Greg Delor was kind of unstoppable in the earlier part of the match. This time, yes. 3 blockers did. Camposano, point off the block.
Now it's the turn of Santa Elena to bring their guns out and establish a 4-point lead against the Philippine Navy Sea Lions.
This match is truly shaping up to what everyone is expecting. We're programmed for a long match. Don't you worry, folks. The joust. John Diwa. Ricky Marcos getting it over. Taneo to Delor. They're ready for him, really. Now it's Taneo's turn. They're not ready for me.
Santa Elena is already expecting the set to go to Greg Delor. Then suddenly, Taneo goes up for that hit.
Parang ako na nga lang. And he made the right decision. Of course, they're still playing catch-up here. Down by 3. Serving 11.
Bonge Castel will return to the front line. He will try to string a couple of attack points and block points to tie the output of Santa Elena.
Banjo Mondero, siya pa rin talaga.
He started out strong in this 4th set. He's looking to continue his performance all the way to the extension.
He has a lot of fight in him. And he has shown it. Taneo with a back set to Joven de la Vega. Oh, may nakahawk nun. It's going to be Navy who'll earn that point. As Macalma checks in for Taneo. Greg Delor, 9 serving 12.
Macalma will do the setting chores for the Philippine Navy. I think this is a blocking substitution as he is a taller player compared to Taneo.
Well, let's see how that will work out for the Philippine Navy. Retama going to Ponte. And Bonch Castel really could not believe it. He was there for a purpose. But Ponte escapes with that point. Nakaiwas. Macalma setting this one up for Bonch Castel. Okay, my turn. Keep it close, keep it close. That's what the Navy is talking about. That's saying to each other.
This is the strongest front line for the side of the Philippine Navy. It's a perfect opportunity for them to regain the lead.
Banjo Montero, Kaling King, they go Joven de la Vega. What a dig for Retama. And then Curl Rosete angled it at just the right moment.
He mistimed that regalo. Pero napaganda pa rin.
Oh, man.
The players of Santa Elena was expecting a powerful hit. Then suddenly, short ball pala.
They've managed to get themselves to within 2. Banjo Montero on dig by Jacqueline King. Macalma with a set. Let's see how this one would fare out. Montero, Macalma over at the other side. Joven de la Vega will get the point for PGJC Navy. They're just within 1 right now.
Coming from a great dig from Kalingking, Macalma set that up perfectly for Joven de la Vega. Nobody even attempted to challenge the attack of de la Vega. Isa na lang ang kalamangan ng Santa Elena.
So Santa Elena getting that point. 14 serving 12. Camposano, that's a service error.
Well, siguro sa service line, it's either you go hard or you go home.
Oo nga.
They're looking to string a couple more points dyan sa area na yan.
8 attacks for Bonch Castel. Retama tosses it up, sets it up beautifully.
If Nico Almendras can come alive in this 4th set, they can have that blitz to tie this ball game up.
Kaling King, Macalma, going to Joven de la Vega again, finding his target. Keeping it close. Rosete. The opportunity for a deadlock here. Retama with a one-hand set. Emil is right there. Retama sets it up to Banjo Montero. As saved by Camposano. Now they go Nico Almendras. Gets the line. And taking us into this technical timeout. Nico Almendras may be struggling, but when the opportunity comes for him, he knows what to do with that ball. And that's why they have the lead, 16-14 going into this technical timeout. Make or break here for Santa Elena Ball Hammers. They're down by a set in this match. This is set number 4, folks. It's Pancho Mondero at the service area. Calma. With Joven de la Vega. Now he has come alive here in set number 4.
It's Banjo Mondero against Joven de la Vega in this 4th set. Pero ngayon, nasa backline na si Joven. He will try to score a couple of service aces against the defense of the Ball Hammers.
Who is he going to target again? Folded serve by Joven de la Vega. Retamar tosses it up for Nico Almendras. Great dig by Jack King. Here comes Greg Delor. Can get it over the blockers. Santa Elena winning that point. The lead up to 2.
It's really hard to get past that triple block of Santa Elena if they get it in perfect timing.
Tsaka nababasa na nila si Dolor.
That's correct. He's been checked for a couple of sequences already. Makalma will go to De La Vega.
4 touches called against Navy. And just before things get out of the hands here of the Navy, they will call this timeout. Let's listen in.
Tapos yung may backliner ka yung ha. Pag pumalo kasi si Greg, tatlong tao sa'yo. Ay, dear, tap mo doon, palabas mo. Kasi tatlo silang sumasabay sa'yo kaya hindi pumapasok. Tapos coverage tayo dyan, guys. So, coverage. Hindi nakatayo eh. Ha? Pagbalik, receive agad ha. Patay ha. Balik.
Go!
Of course, Santa Elena Ball Hammers, as you made mention, Neil, now or never. Nico Almendras, the 3-point lead.
The assistant coach of Cecil Cruzada, the assistant coach of the Philippine Navy, Cecil Cruzada, giving instructions to the coverage of their players dahil alam natin na bablock na nga si Dolor. So they need to give that support.
Camposano getting the line. The lead is up to 4 for the Ball Hammers. They have been hammering down that ball the right way, the way they wanted it. Nico Almendras, you could see it in his face. He's got to come up with a whole lot more here. And Lady Luck somehow smiled at him.
As expected. They're really going at it. Pukpukan kung pukpukan itong Santa Elena at Philippine Navy. No more, no less.
Regalo. No, overreaching. Is that the way they're going to be calling it?
Overreaching violation will be called on one of the blockers of Santa Elena, but they're contesting that, saying that the ball was already inside their court bago pa man hawakan yung bola. But the referee will stick to his decision because he was right in front of that sequence. These are judgment calls na wala na tayong hawak. You don't have the benefit of the replay. You don't want to lose that focus just because of one bad call. Santa Elena is still up by 4 points.
Too close to call. I don't know. De La Vega tosses it up. There's that joust. Net touch. It either was against Taneo. Look at it one more time. Taneo. Watch Castel. Then running attack.
Every time he goes up for that attack, it's almost always a sure point.
Lucky.
And if Taneo can give more sets like that to Bonch Castel, they can potentially cut that 4-point lead of Santa Elena.
Color. Almendras at the other side. Here comes Camposano. Point off the block. They're closing in to tying it all up in this match. It's not the hype. It is indeed happening. We programmed ourselves that this could be a 5-setter. It has the makings of it.
Joshua Retamar for the serve.
Joshua Retamar. Joven de la Vega. Eto na. Ooh! Aneo was able to time that one very well.
Parang hindi pa nga ata niya nahawakan yung bola. It was really going to the side of the Santa Elena ball hammers.
Kind of confused the ball hammers that time around. If Banjo Mondera is the most consistent here for Santa Elena, Taneo is for the Navy Sea Lions. 2 points away, making it 2 sets even in this match. Camposano. Kalingking. Taneo tosses it up for Joven de la Vega.
Sobrang simple lang pumalo ni Joven de la Vega. He identifies the gaps in the blocking or he looks at the holes in the backcourt. Then dun siya pupunta.
Trailing by 4. Retamar. Almendras. All kept alive here by Bonch Castel. Just on the combination play. The block. Like Sapida. Santa Elena needing to call this timeout almost at the finish line to close out this set. Let's listen in.
Isolate dito. Ha? O, yun ang gagawin natin. Isang maganda receive. Ang gaan ng share, ang ano? Yun ang i-receive. Edward. Kaya, pwede kang mag-ano dito, isolate. Kaya anong bakit nito eh. Ha? Dito nga kayo. Play 3. Play 3. Dito receive ha? Sagad. Ngayon, kung maganda, yung figure nila bago. Hindi kang interest. Okay? Biglayin mo kaya.
How do you make that one out, Neil?
A lot of instructions for Coach Dong de la Cruz, specifying that he wants the receive towards the right side of the court and then they will isolate one attacker dun sa kabilang dulo. Let's see if they can follow that game plan.
Retamar, cross-court set. Kept alive by Ricky Marcos. Easy over for Santa Elena. Taneo with a back set. Joven de la Vega. A good dig here by Joshua Retamar. Nico Almendras went for it. Now Dolor tosses it up. Taneo, Sapida.
Taneo opting to go to Sapida instead of Rosete nor de la Vega.
Santa Elena at set point. Poised to even it all up in this match. It's still anybody's game here. Twice to beat advantage. That's the reward. Taneo. Sapida. Oh! No, sorry, that's Rosete rather. Set point saved by Navy. Carl Rosete, Navy down by 3. And we're all tied up. Again, it's not the hype. It's supposed to happen It deserves us another extra set here. Set number 5, that's coming away up 25-21 Santa Elena in 25 minutes. 2 sets apiece. Well, what do you know? Santa Elena Ball Hammers fighting a lease on life, and of course the chance for the twice to beat advantage is still very much alive here as we go into set number 5 here. 2 sets apiece. Welcome, we are One Sports. Benji Santiago, Neil Flores. And we're not kidding when we actually said that this is going to be a 5-setter. It truly has the makings of it. And here we are right now to get things going for set number 5 as Navy drops first blood, gets the first point in this very important match here in the final set.
A race to 15 to secure a twice-to-beat advantage in our quarterfinals. For me, whoever receives better in this 5th set will grab that opportunity.
It's like you can't afford any single mistake here. Great dig by Ricky Marcos. Camposano, that ball is out. Off the block. Race to 15 lang ito. It's like, one miss you die.
Ang kumurap, talo.
Yon. Joven de la Vega keeps that ball up. Greg Delor easy over. Retamar sets this one up for Nico Almendras. And Santa Elena with a lead. 2-1.
For all of the players on the court, it doesn't matter how you start. It's about how you will finish this ball game. Kanina nakita natin nag-struggle si Nico Almendras, but in that 4th set and so far in the 5th, gumagawa na siya ng puntos para sa kanyang team.
But right now they know the importance of this fifth and final set. And let's see who'll get the momentum here. Retamar, one-hand set. Navy will get the point. Castel. Navy leading 3-2. Retamar. Banjo Montero going cross court. It's out. It's wide. A 4-2 lead for the Navy Sea Lions. However this turns out, somebody or one team who's going to have that twice to beat advantage truly deserve to be there in that spot. As Banjo Montero can't go over the blockers. Now it's 5-2 for the Sea Lions. PGJC Navy. And instantly Santa Elena calls this timeout.
Wala tayong spacing, pare ko. Plate. Ha? Plate. Ano may plate ko? Bigay. Ay, o yun na nga, wala kang spacing. Pero bigay dito. At dito. O sige, tapos na yun ha. Buha naman tayo ngayon. O, isang maganda receive. Pag nakuha natin to, ingat tayo sa service. Yung spacing mo, ayusin mo.
Once again, race to 15. Omar Liok will be serving for PGJC Navy to try to cushion this 3-point lead that they have. Nico Almendras. Desperate times calls for desperate measures here. You got to lay it all out there on the court. Both of these teams are already in the quarterfinals. It's just a matter of who gets to gain twice to beat advantage. Nico Almendras keeping that hope alive here for Santa Elena Ball Hammers with that cross-court attack. 3 serving 5. Esvan Ponti. Taneo. Back set, Joven de la Vega. Camposanos manage to keep it alive here for Santa Elena. Taneo back set again. Joven de la Vega got blocked. Santa Elena getting the point. Nico Almendras doing his thing in the blocking department. Yes, Neil.
There is no safe lead in the 5th set. You need to get as many points as you can early on to establish a comfortable lead. Because at any moment in time, pwedeng mawala yan.
Joven de la Vega, just when everything is getting out of hand. And he's off the gap right there in the middle.
Now, Santa Elena is not happy with that call. They were asking for a catch and throw violation of the hit of Joven de la Vega. But the first referee will be firm in his decision. That was a good ball.
As he tries to serve a good one here. Daniel went for it. That ball is up in the air. Ooh, tough lock for PGJC Navy. The ceiling right. One of them will give that point to Santa Elena. 5 serving 6. Anything can happen. Banjo Montero, Rosete, one-hand set. Nico Almendras. How he was able to avoid those blockers right in front of him.
Nico Almendras erasing that 3-point lead of the Philippine Navy.
3 blockers, patamain ko nga sa bandang gilid in one of the blockers. Woo! Pressure is on.
However, these kinds of service errors can cost you a single match kahit na isang puntos lang yon. But the good thing about that, he committed that early on. So they can still manage to get that back.
Here comes Eden Daimil.
Throughout the game, Retamar has been going to his wings, but when you least expected, suddenly kahit papano, nasusundot-sundot niya yung set papunta dun sa middle blockers.
And some of those quiet players here, although they're talented, para rin sa panig ng Santa Elena, slowly but surely, gumagawa na ng paraan. Taneo sets this one up for Joven de la Vega. It's wide! And Santa Elena is taking over the lead here. Change court tayo here in the 5th set. I can see the faces of some of the players here. They can truly feel the pressure.
This match is far from over. We'll just have our official change court.
Everybody's thinking about everything that's happening here. Twice the beat advantage. The luxury will only be enjoyed by either one of these two teams. Identical in the prelims. They meet each other. And things are going to have a big difference between these two teams after this match. You can never be too sure. Nico Almendras serving. Oh! What a time to come.
This is going to be a wonderful finish. A dramatic one with no service errors.
Nerves of steel. Who's got more of them? Almendras with that dig. Here comes Edward Camposano.
Bullet from Edward Camposano, making sure that he gets back the lead for the ball hammers. Ponch Castel was just too late to go up and close that gap.
The people behind us can already feel tension. A 2-point advantage for Santa Elena ball hammers. 2 consecutive points delivered by Edward Camposano.
You can hear their crowd roar in the Paco Arena.
But this is what we're talking about. If you're not here, you're missing a lot, folks. But if you're watching, okay, thank you for doing so.
Play cup yung maganda. Kailangan natin pumatay doon. Ha? Patay tayo isa-isa lang. Ha? Relax. Blockers. Bakit tayo, Greg? Ha? Greg, let's go, Greg. Usap-usap. Tara.
They know they can rely on Greg Delore. And he has not been involved in a lot of the plays here in the final set for the Navy Sea Lions. Here he is. He's got to come up with something extraordinary, special. Anyway, here we go in a play. Ponch Castel. This match far from over, but it has all the ingredients to get everyone excited. This is like watching a horror movie the fun way.
Pressure-packed situations for these players.
Nico Almendras. Retamar setting it up for Camposano. A dig here by Delore. The off speed for Rosete. Here comes the joust. Retamar sets it up for Camposano. Point off the block. Edward Camposano, the man of the moment here for Santa Elena ball hammers.
He's using all of his strength to power through the double block of Castel and Taneo. 3 points already for Camposano in this 5th set. Shaya Adorador supporting.
Yes.
All throughout.
Macalma sets this one up. Set this right there. Retamar, Desan, Edward Camposano. Did not stop his momentum. Gets back right into the net. Point will go the way of Navy. 1 point lead for Santa Elena Ball Hammers, but the opportunity to tie it all up for PGJC Navy. Yes, Neil.
De La Vega checks back in for the Philippine Navy. A full front line.
Taneo. Let's see how he handles the situation. He's serving to tie it all up here in the 5th set. Serves a good one. Nico Almendras. Retamar. Going crossbound. Ponte. A very important point here for Santa Elena as they take another 2-point lead against the Navy Sea Lions.
Hindi man ganun karami ang sets na maibigay ni Retamar sa mga middle blockers niya, but those crucial points at this junction of this ball game, malaking bagay.
Just when things are going great for Edward Camposano, and then he begins to realize he's also human.
He hasn't been able to control his services throughout the ball game. But good thing, they're still up by 1 point.
Castel with an opportunity to tie it up. Nico Almendras! This is the thing about Nico Almendras. He may be struggling, but he still has the fight in him.
It doesn't matter if I struggled in that 3rd set, but in this 5th set, I will not struggle. 2 points away to get that twice-to-beat advantage. Santa Elena on the serve.
They have a 2-point lead. Maneo. Ancheta was claiming na naharangan siya ni Joven De La Vega as he was trying to retrieve that ball.
Jairami will start this sequence for the Philippine Navy. Advantage tong Santa Elena. They will be receiving that ball to set up the attack.
Eden Daimil taking Santa Elena into match point here.
Maybe that's really the strategy of Retamar throughout the game. I'll be going to the wings, but at that last juncture, I will suddenly go to my middle blockers dahil hindi sila binantayan throughout the game.
However it is that we have been observing, but later on we'll talk about it. Let's listen in first to Coach Dong.
Kailangan nyo magtulong, tulong-tulong kayo. Let's go,
As I was saying, Joshua Retamar may have been outplayed here by Taneo in the entire match, but that very important set that he has managed to come up with, and now taking Santa Elena into match point here. Pancho Mondero! Wow, what a time to come!
That's it. Santa Elena will grab the twice-to-beat advantage in our quarterfinals.
However freaky this may have ended, as I've told you, one of these two teams deserve to be having that twice-to-beat advantage in the quarterfinals. Banjo Mondero, we saw how consistent he has been throughout the entire match. Lady Luck had some help in that one. Wow, that was a 5-setter in that 5th set. 15-12. Santa Elena will have that twice-to-beat advantage. We'll talk to the best player when we come back. A long and an epic match that's turned out to be. And of course, sabi ko nga, any one of these two teams deserve to be having that twice to beat advantage. Pero a couple of necessary points ang na-provide ng ating best player of the match. Walang iba kundi si Edward Camposano. Talk to me about set number 5. Dikit lang ito, pero a couple of points ka na ginawa mo, it truly made a big difference.
Talagang sinugal na po talaga namin lahat para makuha po talaga namin umabot ng 5th set para yun nga po, para manalo po.
Alam mo, to consider, there were a lot of questions dahil kung talagang tutusin, ang dami mo ring service errors. Nararamdaman ba talaga ng buong team yung pressure?
Pressure po talaga, lalo na pagka nag-error kami. Kaya pagka nasa loob lang, kailangan talaga namin ng first ball para maka-atake po kami.
Well, yung mga gusto mong pasalamatan, alam ko na kahit paano ngayon, a sigh of relief for everybody ng Santa Elena Ballhammers. Pero sabi ko nga, naging epic itong labanan ninyo.
Nagpapasalamat po ako sa inyo po, then sa team po namin, sa mga teammates ko po, and nabati ko po yung girlfriend ko, yun po mga
Sino? Bagitin mo na.
si Shaya po, yun. Thank you.
Alright, congratulations, Edward. He had twice to beat at the Santa Elena Ballhammers. Back to you, Neil.
This is the confirmation of that 5-set victory of the Santa Elena Ballhammers. They will end their elimination round undefeated in Pool B with a 5-0 record, and they will officially secure the twice-to-beat advantage. It really went the distance. We were expecting a 5-setter, but when it mattered the most, Edward Camposano proved to be as steady as ever for Coach Dong De La Cruz. They will now face IEM, but they will have a twice-to-beat advantage. As for the Philippine Navy, they will still enter our quarterfinals, but they will face the undefeated Perpetual Health System Delta Altas.
We programmed ourselves that we were actually expecting a 5-setter, and indeed, it has turned out to be one. 25-23, close nung nag-start tayo. Set number 1 taken care of by Santa Elena Ballhammers, and then a PGJC Navy Sea Lions just really fighting back. Nandun lang sila. Hindi natin rin masabi, Neil, how things will start for these two teams. No one really could dictate the tempo.
In the second and third set, the Philippine Navy was able to establish their blocking against the attackers of Santa Elena. That's why they ended up winning those sets. But come the fourth frame, mas nadalian na ngayon yung Santa Elena to get back at it.
Dito nga sa second set, it was sort of redemption on the part of PGJC Navy Sea Lions, winning that one 25-14. And just when they thought things are really gonna be heading their way, pagpasok naman ng set number 3, control pa rin yan. Ito PGJC Navy Sea Lions. But of course, in this kind of a classic and epic match that I have made mention, you can never be too sure. In fact, how many times did you say, Neil, no, nothing is a safe lead here?
Tama, wala talagang safe lead. Lalo na sa fifth set, 3 points ang kalamangan ng Philippine Navy when they started that one out. But when Retamar activated the middle blockers in Ponti and Daimil, it provided a lot of gaps and spaces for Edward Camposano to get those crucial attacks.
Maybe the arrival of the inspiration did that for Edward Camposano. Ito nangyari, the game summary natin, Neil.
Despite having more errors on the side of Santa Elena, they got 10 more attack points, and that proved to be enough to carve that 5-set victory against the Philippine Navy Sea Lions.
I know you're going to be talking about this match for a longer period of time. So Santa Elena Ballhammers 5-0 when they finished itong ating preliminaries. And of course, a twice-to-beat advantage for PGJC Navy Sea Lions. We'll still see them in action in the quarterfinals. And don't go away. Of course, ito, kumbaga, puno na. Alam na ang mga posisyon, Neil. Kompleto na.
This is the final pairings for our quarterfinal round. Signal Ateneo, Perpetual Navy, Philippine Air Force PLDT, and Santa Elena against IEM.
All right. And don't go away because we're still finishing some of the schedule here in the preliminaries, and still to come your way. NCBA versus VNS. Neil Flores will say bye. I'm staying on with Marsh Cruz. And of course, we'll see you later at more of the volleyball games.